It is December 29th, 2017. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. So, we covered a story earlier on the live show, a tragic story from Wichita, Kansas. And I read the article that was on the Daily Haze. Haze does an incredible job. And I'm going to leave the links. In fact, I'm going to leave all links to everything that I read and that I show you will be in the description, like it always is. I will put it down there. I have taken the body cam footage that has been released, and I had zoomed it in, and I wanted to get a little bit of a better view of what they have provided. Of course, like usual, the body cam footage is at a very low resolution. That's amazing how that always works, right? It's incredible how low resolution video that they release. It's a shame. It really is. Each and every time I see this, it's a low resolution video. Like, I'm supposed to believe that these things like max out at like 320 pixels or something like that, right? Some insanely small format. I mean, come on, right? I was buying HD, at least 720p cameras 2012, I guess. I think I paid maybe like $30 for one or something. I even filmed some flying an ultralight airplane with it, and put it in a video, and it's much clearer footage than what we get in these cameras. Anyway, it's just frustrating. This whole story bothers me to the core. It really does. So let me go ahead, and I guess I'll take you to an article first that was on a Kansas publication. It's the Wichita Eagle, to be exact. I'll include this link. I will also include the Daily Haze's link. In fact, I'll put that one before this one. And then I will put the link to the interview that I'll be playing from Miko and the Daily Haze with the victim's mother. This is beyond insane. Beyond insane. Okay. Family says son killed by police in Swatting was unarmed, didn't play video games. Because that was kind of one of the whole things, okay, with this. This says blue and red lights flashed outside the McCormick Street house just after 6 p.m. on Thursday. Curious of what was going on, Andrew Finch, 28, opened the door. I heard my son scream. I got up, then I heard a shot. His mother, Lisa Finch, said Friday morning. Finch and other relatives invited reporters into their home Friday morning, more than 12 hours after Wichita police said an officer fatally shot a 28-year-old man who was identified by family as Andrew or Andy Finch. We want Andy's side of the story to be told, his mother said. On Thursday, Deputy Wichita Police Chief Troy Livingston said a substation received a call that there was a hostage situation in a house in the 1000 block of West McCormick and that someone had been shot in the head. That was the information we were working off of, he said, explaining that officers went to the house ready for a hostage situation and they got into position. A male came to the front door, Livingston said Thursday night. As he came to the front door, one of our officers discharged his weapon. Livingston didn't say if the man had a weapon when he came to the door or what caused the officer to shoot the man. Finch said her son, a father of 2 young children, wasn't armed. Okay? Now, when I had read the report that Miko Haze had done on the Daily Haze, it had said that there was no, I think it was from his report, that it said that you know, when it was asked if there was a weapon there, I believe it was, they didn't even comment. They said that they would say more during a press conference on Friday. Okay. It's absolutely insane. Let's see. Oh, as the Finch family talked to reporters, they carefully navigated their way around their foyer and pointed out a reminder of what happened. There's where he was shot. Andrew Finch's aunt, Loie Hernandez Caballero, I'm sure I said that wrong and I apologize, said as she pointed out spots of blood on the home's porch and on the carpet just inside the door. They, the police, had to take the screen door as evidence. You'll hear more about that later. As she heard the shot, Finch said she walked out of her bedroom and into the kitchen. A door leading from the kitchen to the side yard was open, she said. The police said, "Come out with your hands up," she said. The officer took me, my roommate, and my granddaughter, who witnessed the shooting, and had to step over her dying uncle's body. The family was handcuffed, taken outside, and placed into separate police cruisers, she said. They were taken downtown and interviewed by Wichita police officers. Asked if the family has talked to investigators from the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, Finch said they were told KBI investigators would contact them. But they have questions now. What gives the cops the right to open fire? Finch asked. Why didn't they give him the same warning they gave us? That cop murdered my son over a false report. Finch and Hernandez Caballero, I'm sure I got that wrong, said they went to see the officer, identified only as 7-year veteran of the department, and the person who made the false report held accountable. The person who made the phone call took my nephew, her son, 2 kids' his father, Hernandez Caballero. I wished I could say that. I'm not quite sure how to say that. And again, my apologies for that. How does it feel to be a murderer? I can't believe people do this on purpose. Online gamers have said in multiple Twitter posts that the shooting was the result of a swatting call involving 2 gamers. Andrew Finch was not involved in the online game, according to his mother and people in the gaming community. He doesn't play video games, Finch said. He has better things to do with his time. Here's the video, and I'm going to go ahead and get on with that because there's an interview with his mother, and so I think that holds a lot of relevance over this article here that I'm showing you. So right now I'm going to take you over to the other screen here, and again, remember this is the video footage that you will find on the Wichita Eagle. This is the same video footage from there. I just downloaded it. I zoomed it in, okay? And you're going to see it. I'll play it a couple of times, but you're going to see it normal speed, okay? And then it's zoomed in a little the first time through. The second time through, it's zoomed in a little bit more. And then the third time, it is slowed down, but zoomed in as much as it was the second time you'll see it. And I'll play that. It's a real quick sequence. I'll play that a couple of times. So you can make sure that you see all that you can with it.
Show your hands! Walk this way!
Shit,
walk!
Shit,
walk!
Shit.
Walk!
Okay, and I'll play that once again.
Show your hands! Walk this way!
Shit, he's trying
Walk!
to make it. Shit, he's trying
Walk!
to make it. Shit.
Walk!
So I played that a second time. Now I know that in that video that it showed him putting his arms looked like down pretty much at his side, and then it showed him raising it up, right? But it didn't appear to me like he had anything in his hands, or that he was making some type of an aggressive move or anything like that. Now, mind you, that is zoomed in video on a very low resolution video that was given by the police. And like I say, we've seen this before. They give out absolutely horrid video resolution. That's nothing new. It's a trick they often play when they want to do their best to cover up their dirty deeds. And again, this could have been a bad call. I'm not saying this was like a premeditated murder type of thing. I'm not saying that. This could have been a bad call. But see, what we are asking for, and this is what I'm trying to get through to people that don't understand this, okay? What we are asking for is accountability, okay? Accountability. That's what we're looking for. We just want some accountability. People screw up, mistakes are made, we get that, okay? We get that. But accountability would be nice. How often do we get that? How often? I've seen it, but on very, very rare occasion, okay? What about Freddie Gray? What about Anthony Lamar Smith, right? What about Philando Castile, Eric Garner, okay? I could go on and on and on. Where is it there? Anyway, I'm gonna play this video. This is all this credit goes to Miko Haze. This is his video. He did it live tonight, and I'll link the Facebook live video down in the description as well. This is completely unedited. This is just how he went up live, and I will let it play from start to finish. Again, I'm not gonna edit it down. I'm gonna let it go from start to finish.
How many people follow you or watch your videos?
This page has around 34,000 followers. Oh, alright guys, we'll let a few people come on for just a second. We are here with the mother of last night's Wichita Police Department shooting victim, Andrew Finch. And we're going to let her tell a bit of what went on last night, because at the police briefing today in Wichita, Kansas, she strongly disagrees with the narrative given by the police.
No, they flat out lied.
And
They lied.
I guess we should probably start at the beginning. So what happened last night?
Okay, I don't know where to start or how it all started. I remember seeing blue and red flashing lights outside my window. I heard my son scream, and then I heard a shot, and I got up to see what was going on. And the cops saw me walk by and told me to come out with my hands up. They handcuffed me, and my granddaughter, my 17-year-old granddaughter, who witnessed the shooting, and my other roommate, and they left us out in the cold for a while. Then they put us in the car because we were out there barefooted and no jackets, nothing. They put us in separate cars, and then we were eventually taken downtown for questioning. And anybody who saw the briefing today, that was totally false. They did not give my son any warning. He opened the door to see what was going on, and they shot him. Nothing was said to him, nothing. And anybody who knows my son Andy knows that he hated the cops. And he would not have opened the door if he thought they were cops out there. He opened the door and they shot him. The time frames aren't adding up. They waited until he was dead before they called an ambulance. If this was supposed to be a hostage situation and people were supposedly being injured inside, why was there not an ambulance on duty? And why are they showing a video from across the street? It was dark out. There was no light in the room that he was shot. He was not shot outside. He was shot inside my house. There is blood of his in my house.
Which we'll show the blood here just after we finish talking. But that's another thing. I found this rather interesting with the claim of him being on the porch. Could you go ahead and tell everybody what happened to your front screen door?
They took my front screen door off and took it as evidence because they shot through the screen at my son as soon as he opened the door. They did not give him a chance at all. At all.
We can even show that on the stream as well. That the front door is not on, it's not there. That is in police possession as we speak. That hasn't been given back or anything. And that was taken because of being a piece of evidence.
Yeah.
Which definitely conflicts with their narrative right there, that he's on the porch, because in that case, there's no bullet in the wall behind there, there's no bullet in the hardwood door behind there. It's just that screen door. What else did they take from you?
They searched this house for hours. They took my personal computer. They took 2 cell phones. They had to amend the first search warrant to add the other stuff that they were taking. You know, and they're not going to make this go away. I'm not going to let it.
And
what makes them think it's right to shoot somebody? What makes them above the law?
And then you were telling me earlier that, so right now, it's still currently, as we speak, they have your cell phone, your
2 cell phones.
2 cell phones, your personal computer, and your car key.
Yep. And I don't know what else. I gave up trying to figure it out. But they took pictures of this house from every single angle and would not let people. They tackled my sister when she was trying to get in here. It took 3 cops to take her down. Why could they not have done that for my son? What was their reasoning for shooting my son? He was unarmed. There was no guns in this house. All he was doing was seeing what was going on outside. If he had thought that there were cops out there, he would not have answered the door. This family does not trust the cops, and this gives us even more reason not to trust them.
Now then, the niece, his 17-year-old niece, she actually had to step over him
as he lay there dying. And she actually witnessed the shooting. She saw from the window the shooting. She's never going to get over that. She's going to carry that with her the rest of her life. I didn't even see my son.
Was there anything else from the police briefing that really stuck out to you, that they were just full of shit?
The whole thing was full of shit. They lied about the times. I was told he was pronounced dead at 6:03. The cop on the TV was talking about 6:18 and times past that. Okay. Why can't they get their story straight if they're going to lie?
Which, that is another thing that should be noted, is that the police briefing was supposed to happen at 10 a.m. today, and then it was postponed multiple times until it finally occurred at 4 p.m. They did show 7 seconds of body camera footage. It was not the body camera from the officer that shot Andy. It was from an officer that was across the street. It's very brief. It's very hard to tell anything that's going on, but their claim is that he was reaching for his waistband, which is a narrative that we've heard hundreds of times over now at this point across the country.
There's no way that he was reaching for a gun. I promise you that. There were no guns in his possession in this house.
And I do want to make a note of that. It was confirmed in the police briefing that there was not a weapon found. There was no weapon taken, there was no gun at the scene, there was no knife at the scene. For anybody that wants to try and use an argument, maybe he was reaching for something. That is one thing that they did admit in the briefing. There was no weapon.
And they admitted to shooting him.
They 100% admitted.
Sure, reporter.
But he was, so that part's not even an argument, it's not even a debate. He was unarmed on the porch, obviously confused. For anybody that doesn't know the backstory of what is going on here, Andy was actually the victim of a swatting situation. Two gentlemen got into a fight online over a Call of Duty game, and one of them got doxxed, which is where you release someone's personal information. And then after that, the person that got doxxed was mad, and he asked a friend to do a SWAT on him, which a SWAT is where you call a false police report, normally a pretty significant one, ranging anywhere from a bomb threat to a murder to a hostage situation like this situation. And the more armed officers that show up, basically the more successful the SWAT was. So the call that police received were that this was a hostage situation. Andy had already killed his father, and he was holding the rest of the family at gunpoint. Which
it was reported that this was a one-story house. We didn't pay attention to that.
It was noted. It was even talked about in the briefing that the house that we are in right now, which is the house that it happened at, was a one-story house, and I've gotten video of it that will be seen. This is a two-story house, which should have been the first concern. Not to mention, if you have heard the actual police call, it sounds pretty hokey. It sounds pretty far-fetched. It definitely would leave reasons to question. So it's very odd that the Wichita Police Department made the choice of sending up an officer, which I'm going to have to check and see what actual procedure is for a hostage situation, but I can almost guarantee you that shooting the gentleman on the front porch is not part of proper hostage procedure. Is there, I mean, where are you at now? Are you still just...
Where am I at?
Are you just still lost?
I'm pissed.
Pissed?
I'm pissed at them. What gives them the right to be above the law? What makes them think it's okay to do this? What makes them think they're going to get away with it? Well, I want to say something so bad, but you got to wipe it. I can't say it on air. Hey.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you really feel is important for...
Do not trust the police. You think you can, but you can't. They're not above lying. They're not above destroying evidence. They took down a Twitter account that had a whole bunch of personal information on it.
Which you can actually, if you scroll down a couple posts, you can see links to a lot of the Twitter accounts where they're now suspended and whatnot, and that is quite odd that with them playing such an intricate role that they would suspend those accounts instead of leaving them up.
He leaves behind 2 children that are not going to know their father now. He leaves behind family who loved him. And he had everybody's back that he knew. He was a loyal and true friend. He was a good guy. He didn't, like I said, if he had known there were cops out there, he would not have answered the door. He would have not let anybody answer the door. He answered the door because he heard a noise.
What happened with you guys after you were detained?
Well, my roommate almost got arrested because they were leaving me alone after telling me that my son was dead. I was alone for a long time.
Did they just keep you here? Did they take you elsewhere?
Well, they made us come outside the house. And they said that they're going to be searching the house. And we were outside in the cold for a very long time. Time has no meaning to me at this moment. All I know is they lied about the time.
Which will remind you, at this point, we're inside the house. It's been established. It's not a hostage situation.
It never was.
A father was not dead in here. There's nothing of this nature going on, but yet they're still following through with searching the house.
Yeah.
Did they give any reason why they were needing to do such a thorough search of the house?
No, but I know they were trying to find something to use against us. I have no doubt that's their intention. But that search went on for hours and hours and hours.
So there's another problem that you need to stop and think about, is why at this point, after realizing it was a bunk call, you just shot somebody, why would you possibly need to do a deep search of the house after that point? If there was no weapon on the body, clearly the call was a false call. It doesn't make a lot of sense to make the family members stand outside during a search while
okay, don't they usually try to make contact in a hostage situation? I mean, why did they not call somebody? Why did they just take the word of that hesitant caller? What? They don't make any sense at all. And I'm going to dwell on it until it makes sense.
I honestly don't know if it ever will make sense.
No, it's got to make. I have to have it make sense.
This also was not a rookie police officer. Deputy Chief Kyle Livingston, he did say during the briefing that it was a 7.5 year vet to the force. So this wasn't a rookie that was new to a hostage situation or anything like that. I mean, granted, this officer may not have ever been to a hostage situation, but he's also has 7 years on the force, so a little bit past the point of time to not know procedures.
This is literally how it happened. My son opened the door, they shot him. That's what happened. Nothing else. They did not warn him. Whatever they were saying across the street, where is the body cam footage of the police officer that did the shooting? Is that going to disappear?
Which, once again, not only was it not the body cam footage from the actual officer that fired the fatal round, there was Deputy Chief Livingston claimed that there was multiple orders issued to Andy before they shot, but yet they only played a 7-second clip that didn't show any orders being said whatsoever. And like I said, they claim that he disobeyed multiple orders and reached for his waistband multiple times. Which,
that is a lie. That's not what happened at all. And lying about it's not going to make it go away. People, you've got to understand what the cops are getting away with. This is not an isolated incident. They think they have liberty to do what they want, when they want. Well, they're not above breaking the law. I mean, I could tell you so many things of what I know about the cops, but they're not honest.
and that's actually an interesting note to touch on, because here in Wichita, Kansas, where the shooting occurred, they actually had never found a police shooting unjustified, and there has been a good amount of them. We actually earlier spoke to the father of J.P. Quintero. It was, I believe, 2015 when his son was unarmed and shot and killed by a female officer with an assault rifle. They released 5 pages of redacted report, declared it justified. They showed up for a domestic disturbance with an assault rifle, and while it's definitely a different situation than this situation with Andy, they definitely still at the same time have a lot in common, just with an overreaction and basically exactly what was just said, this idea that they can get away with whatever they want.
They think they can. They think they're above the law. That's what they think.
There are, if you go down to the last article that we posted, there actually, at this moment, is a GoFundMe going to help with the funeral. Obviously, this is nowhere near a planned funeral for the family. This is not a cost that just is going to come out of nowhere, because who could possibly imagine that this would have happened last night?
I really think the police department need to pay for it. That's what I hope to see happen.
Well, I
know they're not going to, so
maybe eventually.
Somehow they're going to pay.
We are trying to help. We're trying to help get some legal help, all that good stuff. So all that will be going on in the background. And there is tomorrow. Let's see, is it confirmed that there is tomorrow? Around 5 o'clock is at the location. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock, there's going to be a candlelit vigil here at the house. Do you know the name of the event on Facebook?
My niece wanted, Jessica wanted to know about that. So it's going to be held here?
Outside.
So as you can see, this is obviously fresh. Things are literally developing as we're sitting here.
Candlelight vigil for Andrew Finch.
So on Facebook, there's an event page called Candlelit Vigil for Andrew Finch, and once again, that'll be here at the house. Is everything people need to know on there.
And I do want to thank everybody who's taking an interest in this, because this story needs to get out there. People need to be aware of the cops and the laws that they break continuously.
I mean, that doesn't really go too far. What she was just asking us, bringing up, basically a lot of the problems that we've seen and we've been reported on over the years with the Wichita Police Force, like the infamous, if you're from Wichita, Kansas, you know an officer by the name of Dirty Harry. Very, very infamous for doing everything from planting drugs to stealing drugs to selling drugs to beatings.
He will tell the people he's doing a bust on them that he's not going to send them to jail, but he is taking their cash and their drugs.
Yep. That's a name that is
I
literally...
personally know people that sell drugs to the police department, not as a sting operation, but for their own personal use. So.
There's also, we got the Giglio list, which is basically a protection. There's a lot of bad things that go on in the city. I'm not saying that there isn't possibly good officers or whatever. I'm not really going to get into that debate whatsoever.
If there were good officers, Dirty Harry wouldn't exist.
I fully agree, because I think that they should step up, but that's just a debate that I won't get into with others. We're all entitled to our own different views, but one thing to kind of give you guys a better idea, which, do you want to say anything? Because I'll probably just end it after I show
No, I have so much I want to say, but I really want to talk to an attorney before they have a chance to get rid of too much information.
Well, we're gonna make sure that happens.
Talking to an attorney. Do you know Jessica?
Okay, so what we'll do real quick is kind of give you a better idea of where and what exactly happened. Go ahead and get my light on. So this is the door where the shooting occurred. You can actually see that there's some blood on that door frame. And there's still some small spots of blood on the carpet. When you open the door, you immediately notice that they have removed the screen door from the door. And once again, they said it was because of this evidence, because of the bullet. So again, that really raises questions on how the police narrative works out. If they shot through the screen door, there's blood that's on the porch, and then a little vigil that's been set up there. Let's see, there's the blood in there if you want to get a picture. So this was the final view before police shot and killed Andrew Finch at 28 years old. So we thank you guys for watching. Again, there's a link to the GoFundMe, an article back. There's I'm sure I'll get something up about the vigil tomorrow. It's on a Facebook event, a candlelit vigil for Andrew Finch. And feel free to inbox us with any other questions or anything like that. Thank you guys for watching.
Like I said, I will I will link. Let me pull volumes back down. Sorry about that. I turned the volume up on that so you could hear it to the best of your ability. So you could hear the interview. It was a little bit low. So I kind of cranked up a lot of settings to be able to raise that volume up for you. So I will put the link to the Daily Hazes article in the description. I will I will put the link to the GoFundMe in the description. The article that was from the Wichita Eagle, I will put in the description. And I want to, though, before I sign off here, what I want to do one more time. Hang on, let me back that up. Let me throw that up full screen here, because I don't think that I had pointed this out when I first played this video through, and I want to point it out. I want to make sure to point this out, okay? We hear every time, oh, they reached for their waistband. I was in fear for my life. It's insane, okay? I want you to look, okay, and see. When they shot, his hands were in the air. It actually looked like, well, in front of his face, more or less. It actually looked like maybe he was kind of trying to shield his eyes from the bright spotlight that was shining in them. I mean, you think? Go figure, right? That's what I think he was doing. He did reach down. They didn't shoot him when he reached down. They shot him when his hand was up. Okay? And again, we've got an extremely low resolution body cam footage. Okay? So can you imagine what the actual resolution that they have? Can you imagine what it shows? Okay, and this is the camera across the street. This isn't the camera of the officer. You know, you happen to see a police car right there by the house, right? Where's his body cam? Yeah. Can't show that, can we? I also want to bring back up, as they talked about, the fact that they did an extensive search of the home. Okay? Already, right, it didn't take them long to realize that it was a quote-unquote SWAT, or a swatting, or however you want to word it. It didn't take them long to figure that out, right? So, you take that in consideration. Why did they need to search his house when they found out that you know, the call to begin with was bogus? Why did it go any further? I agree totally with Ms. Finch. Totally. I think that they were trying to find something, anything. Right? Because what happens when they screw up? Don't expect accountability. Nope. Expect them to go for character assassination. Expect them to go after character assassination each and every time. Watch. This is still a new story. You watch and see what happens, right? You watch and see what happens. They will pull anything and everything they can out to try and make this guy look like a bad guy. And they will show no accountability. It's not hard to make that call. All you got to do is open your eyes and pay attention to what's really going on, not what mainstream media wants to tell you. Okay? Watch this. Watch where his arms are. Looks to me like he was shielding the light.
Show your hands! Walk this way!
Shit, he's trying
Walk!
to make it. Shit, he's trying
Walk!
to make it. Shit.
Walk!
That's what it looked like to me. He didn't move in an aggressive manner, in my opinion. Again, extremely low resolution. Zoomed in. It's a shame. It's a shame. I want to thank Miko Haze. He always does an incredible job. Always brings the truth. The plain truth. I want to offer my condolences to the friends and family. And let's get this out. Let's get this out there. Right? We can turn this around. But like I said, it's not going to happen in ballot box. It's going to happen at you and I. Alright? You don't have to share my video. You can share Miko's article from the Daily Haze. You share the Wichita Eagle article. You can share, as long as it's telling the truth. Okay, and the Wichita Eagle, they didn't, they didn't at this point do a total cover up, right? Not from what I could read. So, but I would probably emphasize either share this video or share Miko's, both his video link and his article link that I'll have in the description, because he will keep up on it, and that this man is relentless when it comes to the truth. He's a very good man, very good man. Again, my condolences. I wish there were words that I could say that could do something, right? But there's not. There's not. So I give my condolences, and I can only hope that God shows mercy on your family and helps you through these times, and also brings justice upon those that duly deserve it. Thanks for watching.